Hello and welcome to the JB&M Sports Fanatic channel. Thank you for joining me for this video. And the Chicago Bears, they're pretty busy today, and this time they're signing former Broncos tight end Jake Butt. And so Jake, he's out of Michigan. And so he has been with the Broncos throughout his time in the NFL, and that dates back all the way to 2018. He spent 2018 with the Broncos, spent this past season 2020 with the Broncos as well. And so although throughout his time in the league, he hasn't gotten in a lot of games, but he has suited up for 8 games, and he got to start 4. And during that time, he's been targeted 17 times. He has 10 receptions for 90 yards, so 9 yards to catch. And he has, his longest catch being a 22-yard reception. And so, yeah, certainly someone that, hasn't really had much of an opportunity in terms of being out there to produce, at least on the receiving end, but certainly, he has some potential to him. I do like him as a prospect. He did a lot of great things at Michigan, for sure. And just to highlight a couple of things that he was able to do at Michigan, going back to his time there, he actually had he was the 2016 John Mackey Award winner, so the nation's top tight end, and in 2016, senior class award winner, program record holder for most receptions with 138, and his term and yards also with 1,646 by a tight end. So the most that's ever come through Michigan in terms of by a tight end. He appeared in 49 games at tight end, making 37 starts, two-time Sports Illustrated All-American First Team in 2015 and 2016, and only one of 6 tight ends in school history to reach 1,000 career yards. And so that's just a little bit of a sample to let you know what type of player he is. He also is the two-time Clark Big Ten tight end of the year award winner in 2015 and 2016. The list just goes on and on. I keep going, but he certainly put together an impressive resume at the University of Michigan. Now, just to touch on some stats that he has, post before he started college, back in high school, here's what his numbers look like. He caught 96 passes for 1,361 yards and 20 touchdowns on offense, and he also had 142 tackles, 39.5 tackles for a loss, and 20 sacks on defense during his career. So yeah, certainly someone, offense and apparently defense as well. So certainly fantastic player, I must add. Um, at least, going back to high school with some of that. So, but yeah, but with all that being said, yeah, certainly excited to see this opportunity here for the Bears. He's going to be going to a team that certainly is feeling extremely confident right now in terms of their odds to make a deep run this upcoming season. Last year, they made the playoffs in spite of who they put out there at quarterback. This time, obviously, we all know they drafted Justin Fields. We all know they brought in Andy Dalton. They still got Nick Foles. You never know if Nick Foles, if he's going to end up having a year in which he just because he's a streaky guy. So if he goes out there and just somehow get things going, you never know. You just never know what's going to go on with him. Every time you think he's out, he does something. But Andy Dalton, he's looking to be the top guy, and we'll see how long that remains. If he goes out there and finds success early on, then expect for the Bears to ride with him for as long as possible. To just give Justin Fields more time to continue to learn the playbook, more time to continue to progress, things like that. But in terms of, in his tight end room here, they've got Jimmy Graham at the moment. And then they've got, Cole Kimmett. So they can definitely use, some more depth here at tight end for sure. Because a lot of these guys, it looks like they're going to be competing, for some roster spots here for the most part. And, so definitely they can, use someone like Jake to come in, compete, and let's see, how he does. But definitely, the Bears, they're being ultra aggressive here this offseason. They understand the situation, and who knows what's going to take place down in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers. But yeah, it's looking really good if you're a Bears fan. I like what the Vikings have done as well this offseason as well. So things are going to be very interesting down there in the NFC North. That is for sure. And I'm excited to see how all of this is going to play out. But, with all that being said, yeah, Jake's a great guy, and so certainly looking forward to seeing how he's going to do here. And with the Bears, I think that'll be a great opportunity for him, honestly, to try to make some noise here with this Bears in that tight end room. But with that being said, though, thank you so much for joining me for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. And as always, as more news continues to unfold, you can be sure to find it here. So thanks again for watching, and see you guys next time.